Welcome back to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City. This is Alexia with Sierra and Sweet Cheeks and Mama, and we're
like they don't already know who the fuck we are.
Hey,
they better know if they don't know by now.
Wait a minute, what about new folks?
That's right. We have new people listening. I don't know how many times I got approached by people at the club last night that said, "I'm such a fan of the show."
Oh yeah,
nice.
It was awesome.
I ran into
love it.
one of the Salt Lake City Sister Wives.
That's right.
One of
Really?
the girls that we interviewed at whatchamacallit.
That's right.
I didn't recognize her because I don't remember faces to save my fucking life. And she, Callie guy reintroduced us. I don't know what happened. But we got introduced towards the end of the evening. She goes, "Oh my God, aren't you on that Sin City radio show?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "I'm one of the Sister Wives. We talked about guns." I'm like, "Oh yay!"
Yeah, we have a lot, and I happen to know for a fact that there are at least 2 new people listening. I don't know if they're still listening after that first half, but 2 very conservative people
you
usually.
Pussy, mushrooms, and bacon. Everybody's fucking listening after that.
it would keep me going.
Everybody has one, ate one, or likes them. You pick.
So we want to make sure we let everybody know that if you are a father, happy Father's Day to you. If you're not a father,
go be one.
No,
because I got a story for you.
Although I have some Father's Day facts that we're gonna spit out there, and one of them is that the chances of any man becoming a father is 50%.
That's because you have a 50% chance of getting pregnant every time you have sex.
That's right.
Not me. My shit's clipped.
Oh, don't be so sure about that. My mom got her tubes tied before they did the full tubal ligation. My sister is now 26 years old.
Let me tell you, because when I had little mama, the doctor says as she's going in, because we get the baby out, and then she goes in and she's clipping my tubes. She's like, "Where the fuck's your tube?" So she's looking. She's like,
"You ain't got no tubes."
And she looks on the other side, and so I had one little nub of a tube and one raggedy ass tube. And I got pregnant with Tierra.
That's because you guys fucked every fucking day and you didn't
No,
miss any of it.
Actually, in between the two, in between the 8-year-old and the 5-year-old, I ended up having a miscarriage. Which, after the 8-year-old, I didn't think could ever happen again. So, after the miscarriage, I looked at him and I said, "You ain't sleeping till I'm pregnant again." And that's how little mama came about.
All right.
About a month later.
My mother,
"Thank you, Jesus, I can go to bed."
my mother actually has 2 vajayjays. Not 2 vaginas. She has 2 uteruses.
That would be a sight.
But she also has 2 cervixes. So 1 vagina, 2 cervixes.
She was supposed to be a twin.
Exactly. And the only other part of the other twin that developed was the uterus. When my mother has a pap smear, they have to do 2, 1 for each cervix. Now, the interesting thing is that a year before she married my dad, she had to have her appendix out. So they went in and they found this. And they're like, "Oh, but, don't worry, you're not going to get pregnant. It just can't happen," because she had like a tube on one side and ovary on the other. 1 year later, I'm born. Okay. So they're like, "Oh, don't worry. Your left uterus is inactive. So, if you have any other babies, it'll be in the right where I was." 2.5 years later, my sister comes and she is in the left uterus.
The one they said it
was inactive. Yeah. So then 3 years later, she has my brother. So that was the only time during 3 pregnancies that they made her worry about getting pregnant in another uterus while the baby was in another. My brother was in the left, but she had been pregnant, so in reality, my mother could have a baby that was 3 months old and then one that was 7 months old.
Right.
Yes.
That would suck.
I don't really have I have some confidence for the medical profession, but when I was pregnant with the 8-year-old, and the one doctor looked at me because they kept telling me I was going to have a C-section, and I stopped. I was like, "Why? Why do you keep telling me that I'm going to have?" "Well, I don't think you can assume the position to get the baby out," and that right there killed my confidence. Because obviously I assumed it to get him in there, so I should be able to assume it to get him out. So I had an issue with that,
I put these legs up once. I'll put them up again.
One way or another, he got in there.
When
One way or
my
another,
mother
he's gonna get
when
out.
my mother finally had a hysterectomy, they took it out and they studied, and she's in several medical books. She actually had a little Asian lady come in that was it was like the day before they were removing it, and she says, "Ma'am, I don't really want to be disrespectful, but can I please examine you, because this is the only time in my life I will ever see something like this."
Wow.
So it was quite interesting.
So your mom's like, "Hey,
My mom's like, "Hey, go ahead. What the hell? Everybody
Take a
else
look
has
at my
got.
vagina.
go ahead."
Everybody else has been in here.
Get your pussy scope
Not like
out.
that, but checking her out.
So the apple doesn't fall
No,
far
my
from the
mother's
tree,
been
right?
with one man her whole life. One man.
No, that apple far.
Her
So-
entire life, she didn't date before him.
Yeah, she dated, but that was back in the 60s.
Where they didn't
60s.
have sex before marriage.
50s. I was born in 62, so you know, and my parents went to the prom together in April and got married
Aw.
they went to the prom in June and got married the following April.
Wow.
Cute. They're high school.
They were high school sweethearts.
How cute
Yes.
is that?
That's
And
adorable.
still together. Still together.
That's like rare.
It is very rare.
That's That's
So
like,
you-
that's
but you
like,
know
that's
what?
like DJ's parents.
But is
They're
it
still-
good?
Well, I'm going to
think?
tell you what it did to me is first of all, my dad is a saint. Love you, Dad. He's a saint, and everybody will tell you he's a saint. And he's one of these that does everything around the house, and he was wonderful supply for his family, and he'd come in every once in a while with a gift or flowers for my mother. Just a saint. So silly me thought that all men were like that.
Right.
Aw.
Yeah, when I first got married, my first
you
husband,
got
and he
slapped with a
couldn't
big
even,
fat
yeah, and he
wet
couldn't even
fish.
pick up a fucking screwdriver to do. I was like, what the fuck, you know?
You know, DJ, his parents have been together,
Talking to the microphone.
42 years, I guess it is.
Yeah, my parents are together
They've been together-
53.
They've been together
53.
42 years, and they all of the kids all make comments about how it's hard for them to do relationships because of how his
Perfect.
how his mom and dad were. And,
Yeah.
and
Me
there
too.
was-
I agree.
I think he said he wasn't until in his 30s where he realized that his mom and dad had disagreements. Because they never had any disagreements in front of the kids. They always, kept their cool and stuff like that. And I think he was in his 30s before that. before he found out.
That's the kind of family I grew up in. So,
Yeah.
although I look back at my childhood and think I had an awesome childhood, my dad is still a saint. My mom's very hard to live with, and my dad's a saint. Yeah, but it was like you expected every man to be like your daddy, and they're
That's
not.
true.
And they're
my
not.
my dad was very handy around the house. He could
Yeah.
fix a car and swill beer and
My dad was a drunken douchebag when I was growing
So
up.
anything was an improvement for you, right?
Yeah, well, once he stopped drinking, he became a pretty decent dad, but that wasn't until I was outside of being fathered. I was above being fathered by the time he was able to be a
I got
father.
you. Yeah.
We have a better relationship now than we ever had when I was a kid or a teenager.
Right.
And he doesn't even fucking live in the state anymore. Maybe that's why.
You can deal with him in dosages.
Yeah. Maybe that's
My
it.
dad's my hero.
My dad-
without a doubt.
Here is one of the fondest memories of my father when I was growing up. We had 2 weddings to go to in one weekend. We had to go back to Texas because that's where a lot of our family is Texas. And so we had one cousin and my uncle. And my uncle got married at a Unitarian church.
nice.
And it was a blue jean wedding with a barbecue afterwards. That was great. And the next day was my cousin's wedding, and it was at a big Southern Baptist church. And then it was a backyard reception at the mother of the bride's house. So we get there, and my dad is drunk within the first 15 minutes that we're there. And one of his, everyone's giving well wishes, and one of the well wishes to my cousin was to bury his face in his new bride's breasts and comment on how fabulous his new bride's breasts were. That's one of the fondest memories of my father.
Wow.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
wow.
that kind of guy. But he's a better dad now. He got way better once he became a grandfather. I think he's much better at being a grandpa than he was ever at being a dad.
Well, I'm very grateful to my dad. He made me who I am. I'm smart because of him. He let me start reading crime dime novels when I was like 7.
Oh, that's cool.
He would read them. They would be dog-eared, and he would just, here, try this out, see if you like it. Sci-fi. There was this one, I can't remember the name of it, but it was this pulp fiction serial with one guy who would go through this dimension machine, and he would end up in this other dimension, and he had to go naked, and they described his nakedness, and I was 7, and it was really hot, and Then he would fight saber-toothed tigers and sleep with lots of women, and it was a really great series for a 7-year-old, and I loved it.
Yeah.
But
Dad,
he always
let us put it in her vagina, me.
Oh,
they
no.
never, it was those pulp fiction novels where they used all the euphemisms that never actually said anything, especially anything clinical. It was all the
So it was
great.
stuff like he bisected her sacred triangle or
Stuff
something
like that.
that.
Yeah. And then of course he would always pushed me at school, made sure I was, top of my class all the time because of it, and he made sure that I was very independent. Girls have to be independent these days, he would say. You have to be
It's
independent
true.
these days. You can't depend on a man. So even though, like, your dad, made you spoiled to what men were like, my dad made me spoiled to what men were supposed to be like. So I want my men to be like my dad, but he told me
What
men
to
are
look
not
out
like-
for,
Yeah, men are
right.
not like this.
Hmm.
So
I wish I could find somebody like my dad. I mean, he's perfect. I don't know the ins and outs of my parents because, DJ's
what?
parents,
I bet
My
you come to
parents-
find out your dad doesn't eat pussy.
I don't really care. I don't even want to, I don't.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not something you want to imagine your
I
parents
don't
doing.
care. You know what?
what?
There's 3 of us, and we're a great family, and that's all I need to know.
Is your dad still with us?
My mom and dad are both
Oh,
still with
nice,
us, and
nice.
my parents aren't very old. I mean, my dad was 20, my mom was 19 when I was born, so I really have relatively young parents considering how old I am.
Speaking of that, Callie and I had this conversation just last night, it was the night before. We were talking about our age difference. And because there's 22 years between the two of us. And so we joke all the time. He's a month younger than my mom. A month and 1 day younger than my mom.
There's a bigger distance between you and Callie Guy than there is between me and my parents.
Yes.
Mhm.
Also, he is older than my mom's boyfriend. My boyfriend is older than my mom's boyfriend. So we get a kick out of all
Wow.
of it. It doesn't bother us a lot. But we were doing the math and come to find out that his dad was in college the same time that my grandparents were being born. Because his dad didn't have him till he was 45.
Right.
Oh, wow.
He was a late bloomer to begin with, but I was like, wow, that is terrific. So his dad and my great-grandparents were in the same generation. He's like, if you add that on top of the age difference already, I am really old. It was hilarious. I make fun of him all the time. He makes fun of me, though. We totally creeped out this Shim at Payless today. Shim, because I wasn't sure if it was a boy or a girl, because it had man hands, talked like a boy, had big bushy brows. No boobs, but no visible.
It was a Pat.
It was a Pat. It did have a dress on and kind of a girly haircut, but
I love
Yeah.
Pats. I love those kind of people.
I don't.
Androgynous.
Androgynous.
No, not that I care if they're, started one way and are ending the other. I don't care if they're just, naturally built that way. They confuse me, as I never know.
Who you're talking to?
What are
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I assume gender based on dress and mannerisms, and sometimes girls dress like boys, and so I call them a he, and it's really a she, and that really upsets me because
Well,
I don't like being that
Does
person.
it upset them?
I don't know, because I don't.
Stick around to find
Right.
Poor Diamond D gets that all the time.
We had that happen at we had went to the
I had somebody come up to me and say, "Excuse me, sir," from behind me one time. I was like, fuck you, dickhead.
Excuse me, do you see these tits?
Well, he was behind me, so
we had that happen at we were at Urban Night when we were at Lacey's Lounge, and there was some girls that were dressed like boys, and we were trying to figure it out the whole night. Well, I ended up in the bathroom with them, and they were asking me for nail cards. So I assumed that they were girls after that because they were in the bathroom with me. So
Don't make no goddamn
No, don't
assumptions.
assume. You know what they say about the word assume? Makes an ass out of you and me, baby.
So we were at Payless today because I get Payless text discounts, and they're really awesome because they're not normal discounts. So they'll have their big sale going on, and then they'll send you an extra 20% off. So I got a brand new pair of shoes for $8 today.
Yay.
Awesome. And so we went into Payless, and the person checking me out, I'm not going to say girl or boy, the person checking me out, Callie guy was sitting kind of away from me on one of those little shoe sitting things. And I was looking at him while she was checking me out, and he goes, "What are you looking at?" I said, "I'm just looking at you, handsome." She didn't know that we were in any sort of, she picked up on it immediately, And he goes, "Do you need to ride home, little girl?" I said, "I don't know. Do you got some candy?" And the shim blushed. And he goes, and so she was like, "Well, at least you guys keep it interesting." And we're like, "Well, yeah, we do." And so as we're leaving, he goes, "Do you think we get extra credit points for making a complete stranger blush?" I said, "I think we do."
That's great. That's great.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I love androgynous people.
I think they confuse me. And
It's not confusing as it is fascinating to me. Fascinated
I
by
worked
them.
for one of those. Remember when I was working at the
Mhm.
shelter and my
Yes.
boss?
That's true. It did confuse the hell out of you. I would hear about it every day.
But see, you know what? If
I
I meet
didn't
somebody like
know.
that, I want to ask all the questions on the planet.
See,
Okay?
and I don't because I don't want to offend them.
Well,
'cause
see,
what
and
if they
that's
really are a
exactly how
girl?
Diamond D and I became friends because I seen her and I'm like, this obviously is a man becoming. So I want to know, have you had surgery? Like, what was going on in your brain? I mean, so like, I would just ask way too many questions.
But
See-
we get good guests that way, so bring them on.
Okay.
We do, but you see, this one was scary and my boss, so I wasn't sure how to approach this. I don't
Did you
Look,
just drool?
know.
Ah!
I dribbled my water because I have a whole. I would let.
That's because you've been using that mouth a little too much and it's a
Right.
little numb, probably.
Sierra's got a stain on the front of her blouse.
No,
now.
it's just a water spot.
It'll dry.
Okay. I thought maybe Cali guy was hiding in the corner.
I
waiting
thought
for it.
I thought maybe her lips were a little numb from giving too many blow
Do you see that? That's too far to the right. It always ends up right here.
Okay.
Right here between the boobies. Between the boobies. Because he's a titty fucker.
Titty fucker.
He likes my boobs.
Titty fucker.
You'd fuck my boobs if you could too.
Okay.
Let's talk about your boobs a little bit.
My boobs?
Oh, we got to talk about her boobs last night.
Last night, yes. So for those of you who are fans of us on Facebook, which you should be if you're not, just type it. It's facebook.com/SinCityBounty. You can see, I think the very first thing is a picture of Sierra in her beautiful red dress, strapless dress,
Strapless.
because her big ass boobies were in a bra that were able to support them
Yeah.
for the night.
Wait, I have to ask you,
Well,
Leslie,
tonight.
did she walk up to
Limited
you
time.
when you walked in and go, do you notice anything different? Because that's what she did to me. And I went, new necklace. I did. Took me a minute and I went, oh, strapless bra!
Did you get flashed by her bra?
Yes, I did.
Yes, so
and
did
we were on
I.
the dance floor, and her strapless dress was a little low. And I go, "Oh, let me fix that because we got to cover all that wireage holding them things up."
There was a lot of wires in that bra. There is not a single inch that goes by in the fabric of that without some sort of iron nib in it somewhere.
You know what? It was beautiful. Your tits,
Yeah.
actually, your tits were held up better last night than they are at this moment.
This one's kind of.
Well, and I know that, but I'm saying though they were like at attention
Boom.
last
Yes.
night.
right here.
They
And
were
they were
beautiful.
It was.
Beautiful.
It was a
almost
German
like,
bra.
Was it almost like wearing a corset
No.
or a bustier or something?
No, it wasn't as tight as any of those were. It just, like I said, there wasn't a square inch that went by that there wasn't.
How
a
many
steel
hooks
bone
were in the
it.
back?
And
More than 5.
here's the other. It wasn't a long line bra either.
It is.
Oh,
How long did it go?
Long line is where it
All the way
Stops
down
at
to my
your
hips.
waist.
Oh, it
Oh,
did.
see, that
Okay.
wouldn't work on me because the upper bowl would roll it up.
It did roll it up a couple of times on mine. Mine did roll up a couple of times.
hate
I
that.
couldn't
Me
sit.
too. I don't like
You
that.
couldn't squinch over. You had to sit. You had to have perfect posture.
Well,
No,
same
it
with the
was-
corset. So
Yeah. It was a long line, and there was steel fingers in the cups.
Ah!
Nice.
It was under wire, side wire, over wire, around wire. There were so many. You could have tuned in fucking Tokyo.
I
on
bet.
that thing.
I bet when you took that thing off when you got home, it was like,
I had one spot right here that just kept rubbing all night, and I was like, "What does it look like?" He goes, "Well, it's a little bit redder than everything else." I said, "Well, we're gonna put some moleskin on that." I cannot get into this bra by myself. It does require a second set of hands to get into it.
really?
Yeah.
How come?
Because it's so. Because I first off can't get because my shoulders don't work right. I can't get my arms back. To
Oh,
do
so
it
you can't
backwards.
put it on front and spin it.
no, she's probably
because-
got to hold it like this while it's being done.
Yes, because my boobs have to be in position before you can clip it in because there's no room to spin it around.
So it would
my
be just
boobs.
like wearing a
Did
corset.
Callie I
then.
get this
Yeah.
in California?
He did.
Is
He-
it at the bra shop where he usually buys your other
Yes,
bras?
He did, and it is the largest size. This
Can
long
I
line
ask
comes
the
in.
approximate cost because I'm interested in one?
I don't remember.
Okay,
Cali guy, can
I
you
mean,
get
I'm
us the
sure,
cost
I'm
on
sure
that? He would
it's
remember.
hefty because to
It's-
have it
it's
made
more
like
than
that.
$50. I'm
Okay,
pretty
but
sure.
that's worth it
Yeah.
because
It's worth it because
yeah, it is to have a strapless bra. Because I have
I
some beautiful.
I no longer have to worry about what straps come on a dress. I just
See-
have to worry about getting dressed at someone else's house.
See that I always have to
There you
worry
go.
about the straps, and I would love not to have to worry about the
Well,
straps.
here's the thing. Not only did she look fabulous, but she wobbled
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and danced otherwise besides the wobble, and just looked damn fine all night long.
It
Yeah,
was,
and I
it
didn't
was-
have to worry about the only thing. My dress kept slipping, and not my bra. It was my dress that kept slipping.
Well, that can be fixed.
yeah, that
a
just
little
takes
tuck in
that
the
takes
sides.
Hollywood tape.
Hollywood tape or a tuck right here.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I loved it. And that little dress that I was wearing, I bought that dress for $15 at Family Dollar, just so you all know.
And it was cute.
Some girl asked me, a friend of mine in Cali guys was sitting with us, and some girl came over and asked her where she got her shirt, and she'd got it at Torrid. And then she looked at me and she goes, "That dress is so cute. Where'd you get it?" And I said, "I'm not going to lie to you. I got it at Family Dollar." And everybody started laughing. I'm not sure if they thought I was joking or not, but really, no. The skirt, this comfy ass skirt that I wear all the time, I love it. It's adorable. $5 at Family Dollar.
See, I'm the biggest bargain hunter girl on the planet
Man.
too.
Me
I like
too.
Susie's deals too.
Oh, me too. I've gotten some.
I
do you
used
know?
to like them when they were like $5.99 or whatever, and then but now they have.
But
other
you want to
prices
know
stuff
why?
like that.
Because like they get a lot of Torrid stuff. I've bought Torrid clothes. But then-
They always
I've
take a
seen
little
Lane
magic-
Bryant- You
I've
got to
seen
pay
Lane
the
Bryant
little
stuff
like
too.
$8.99.
You know what's
$10.99.
funny though is they can't advertise that that's what it is.
Right.
So they take a little magic marker to the label, but you can still tell that
See
it's
through it.
Torrid.
Wendy
Yeah.
says Hollywood tape, hot glue, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, hot glue.
Oh, she might like that a little much, Wendy.
Damn.
Yeah, so I've discovered I can handle getting my ass whooped, and I could probably do a little bit of hot glue on me, but I cannot get my nails done. I am such a big fat pussy when it
Baby.
comes to getting my nails
By
done.
the way, Mama was back to work, so we all have fresh
Yes,
nails.
we do.
we all got them done on the same day.
And mine, I am back to my natural nails. I got
See,
the
your
acrylic
natural
taken
nails
off.
are so nice and beautifully.
You know what I've been
shaped anyway.
doing? You know what I've been doing all week or the last day and a half since I got them done is I've been poking the shit out of myself.
Are they sensitive underneath?
no,
where
no,
you
no,
put the
No, because
acrylic?
now they're sharp
thin.
now.
Because now they're thinner because all the acrylic is
Oh.
gone. I sat for 2 hours getting that acrylic off,
That's
by
a
the way.
nasty mess to do that.
And so I've been poking myself scratching myself and poking myself all day because I'm not used to their width.
Every time when I take mine off and I go to like scratch or something, because I'm used to scratching a little bit harder with the acrylic, and I'll leave like welts like down wherever I've scratched, and I'm like, okay, it's time for me to put my nails back on.
But I'm very happy they're back to normal, and I'll probably acrylic them again maybe for the winter or something like. Because winter is when they get really brittle, but summer I just wanted them natural for the summer and
well, you're
some
fortunate
nails.
because your nails grow nice. Mine are. A
yeah, but they're sharp
disaster.
enough now that I can actually when I do the tiger fist thing, I can actually go through somebody's chest to take their heart out.
Oh, that was your ultimate goal,
Yeah.
right?
You know, you
Yeah.
can get
Wow.
that. She'll give you stilettos. You can do
I
that
don't
with
want stilettos because I will hurt myself.
Yeah, I had some new ones too that I didn't really get to show off. I need to fill them now and do stuff.
They're money
but
nails.
I got
Mhm.
We
money
talked
and-
about them. You got fucking real
They're
money in them.
Did you post those on the Sin City Mama page?
Yes, I did.
So if all of us have individual pages on Facebook, so if you go find Sin City Mama, Sin City Bounty,
Yeah,
on
I'm gonna keep
Facebook,
all
you can
the
see her
stuff
pictures.
because all this stuff, the money and stuff is all underneath. So I'll just put me a new little design on top probably. I was trying.
I
to
just
do
want to know.
Portugal, but
I just want to thank you because I feel complete
you
again.
feel better now.
I do.
Yeah.
And Mama's so bad because I'm like, oh, I like that little pink color, and she starts putting the little zebra stripes. So she goes, let's make Cocolicious jealous. And
those
sure
are
enough,
absolutely adorable.
aren't they cute as hell?
The little pink and black zebra.
And
Speaking
sure
of
enough, I
Coco.
got home and I said, Cocolicious, Mama says she gonna make you jealous. She goes, bitch.
Speaking of Coco, she's so adorable. We are so.
She is.
We are going to turn her into a fatty. She's trying real
No,
hard.
no,
to lose
she's
weight,
lost some weight recently.
Yeah.
But so
But
she
I'm gonna
was
tell you
getting
something about
dressed.
Coco.
You could
Coco-
be thin and a fatty.
But wait a
Are you
minute.
kidding me?
Coco loves to eat. I'm telling you, Coco likes some good food.
I commented on her shoes last night. I said, those shoes are adorable. She goes, you know what? When I got dressed today, I was thinking of you. All of this is for you. Because she had on this dress that revealed quite a bit of bosom.
That I have to tell you, my
That was a hot
very
dress.
first picture for Plush social media last night was her boobage. And her gentleman friend, Thunder J, was leaning in to be in the picture, and I did not click him in the picture because all I wanted was a picture of that canvas of boobage.
It was great boobage.
Coco-licious.
And I commented on her shoes, and she goes, "I put these shoes on because I knew you would say something because they're adorable, and I know you had some adorable wedges too."
Yeah, yeah. I said to her, I said, "Oh, Sierra's a wedge girl too," because she
Yeah.
was like coming over and she got dressed at my house, and it's so funny because we call her little girl Coco Light.
Right.
Coco
She
Light.
is nowhere near light because she's like
No, Coco Light as in mini version.
I
yeah.
know, but she's
Oh,
gonna
no,
be
she's
she
chocolate.
gonna be
It'll be
daddy
dark.
color. She gonna be her daddy
Oh,
color.
and my little guy is just getting darker and darker by the
Right.
minute.
But you know what? Coco Light is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
She
she
just
is.
got
She's
that perfect dark girl face.
You know
Yeah,
what's
she's
cute
pretty.
though?
And
is
she's
her
got the most
smile.
beautiful
Her
teeth.
smile.
Yeah, her
She's-
teeth are gorgeous.
especially when she smiles and she likes you, is so cute.
Because you get she's one of those kids that when she smiles, you get her canines too. So she gets that full mouth smile. It's
Uh-huh.
Oh, you guys would have
adorable.
laughed at me. I wish somebody would have taken a picture because Friday night I had Coco Light. I'm laying in my bed, Coco Light. Next to Coco Light is my grandson. And next to my grandson is sleeping, all of us, is Dr. J's little girl. All four of us in Grandma's bed.
So it went from light to dark.
It did. Kinda.
Jessica Vegas says that she likes to shop. I believe it's at City Trends.
Where
No,
is
I
that?
I know where it's at.
I
I'll tell
haven't
you.
been in there yet.
Do they have big girl sizes?
Yes.
Oh, where at?
Cute stuff too.
Rainbow. How about Rainbow?
Oh, I go
I
to
like
Rainbow.
Rainbow.
I don't go to
Rainbow a lot.
Rainbow because
Rainbow's
they only
a
go to
little-
3X, I think.
They're
There's
a little bit high, but if you could find some stuff, good price.
There's you know that Follis that you and I go to.
Yes.
There's a brand new Rainbow right next door to
Yes,
them.
there is.
I haven't been in there yet.
The one on the one on Trop?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Savers there.
No,
there's
that
a-
Savers has moved. It's
Oh,
that,
that's right.
it's
a
that new
different one.
shitty epic.
I haven't
something
been
or
in there.
other,
I haven't
Epic
been
Thrift.
there.
That I'm okay. Look, I don't usually call some stores out, but this is supposed to be a thrift store that's supposed to help the community. These motherfuckers can't put shit back in the same size where it's supposed to be. They got children's clothes mixed in with adults' clothes. It's a fucking waste of time. You can't find anything in that fucking
There's
store.
also that DD's discount right down the street from you that I
love
love
that DD's.
too. That's another good
They
discount
carry
store.
big girl sizes in
They
there
do.
too.
And of course Ross is like
Ross. I love Ross.
Oh, I bought a couple of cute maxi dresses. In fact, I'm going to wear one Saturday night.
I went to Target because I needed some stuff for my office.
They
I
got a
wanted
new
to
big girl section
decorate.
in the Target.
Well, they only go to 3X, and I need a 4X top. I
They're-
can't fit into a 3X anymore.
No, I wear their 1X.
The Target that I went into did not.
You've gotta try it
I
on.
pulled them out.
See, I
put
can
them
do
up
a
against
3X.
No, you got
I
to
can
try
do
it
some
on.
3Xs.
You can't just hold it up against you. Because I bought a 2X because I held it up against me and I thought, okay, this will be good, but it was way too big when I got it home. You got to try it on because their sizes are not, they're more like Torrid sizes, where it's smaller than what it says it is so that you don't feel so self-conscious about buying it. You got to try it on. Because she bought a Target shirt. You got
Oh,
what?
I can wear 3X Target shirts.
Yeah, so you should try one on. You
Yeah.
got to try one.
I
Anyway,
think
so I
her
found a
boobs
bunch
are
of
bigger.
stuff.
Are your boobs bigger than mine?
Oh yeah, they're 2 steps down from hers.
Okay, so that's
Double-
the difference.
triple
in,
D.
I know because it's funny though. With us, I always say to people that, like when you like a big girl or you get a big girl naked, like you never know when you strip down a big girl. It's like Christmas because
Yeah.
we're all shaped so differently. When you strip down a skinny girl, you pretty much know what you're getting.
That's why I love the pool at BBW.
Yeah, see, there's
events.
4 of us in here, and not one of us has the same body type.
Right.
Yeah.
Nope.
Which is the reason why BBW clothes are more expensive. Did you know that plus size clothes are more expensive? Because they don't know, they can't figure out the one single pattern to make clothes.
I got news for them. All they have to do is do everything in a stretchy fabric, and you can vary 2 to 3 sizes.
But there are a lot of girls that won't wear stretchy
they're
fabric
stupid
clothes.
because you know what? As the fashionista, I will tell you, fabric that does not move with a fat girl will rip the seams, will tear the seams,
And it
and
makes
makes
you
you look
look.
fatter if you're not in movable fabric.
Yeah, it makes you, even if it fits you, even if it's tailored to fit you, it's still, because it's not moving with you, it still makes you look like 5 pounds of sausage in a 2.5 pound case.
Exactly.
I have some stuff where that I've gotten that doesn't move like that, and I'll wear it, and it's in my closet still because
Yeah, it doesn't feel
because I
comfortable to
wore
wear,
and
does it?
and
No.
I can't wait to get it off because I can't breathe and I can't. Every time I twist wrong, it
Yeah,
feels
what
terrible.
I believe that designers that make fat girl clothes in non-stretchy fabric have no clue to the fat girl's body.
Come closer to me. You're hiding behind my mic
Oh,
stand again.
I don't know why I keep moving. It's because my ass keeps slipping off this chair.
Well, it's time for a break anyway, so
All
take
right.
us out.
You're listening to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on VegasAllNetRadio.com and streaming live video from our very own website. Go visit it, SinCityBounty.com. We'll be right back after these short messages from our fabulous sponsors and some wonderful music from some bitches we know.